was great. And now this is M. And after M, there's N. Remember N? And this is O. You know, O. And then, of course, comes P. And a story full of P words like P is for pony. And this pony's name is Penelope. Her friends call her Penny. Penny is not an ordinary pony. Penny lives in a special place called the Shetland Islands. Penny is a Shetland pony. Penny is pretty.
P is for pretty.
Penny is a tiny pony, but all the ponies in the Shetland Islands are tiny, so it doesn't matter that she's small at all. Penny prances around the peaceful pasture of the farm called Peacock Place, watching the clouds pass high overhead. Penny poses for hours, her hoof against the fence post at the portal to Peacock Place.
P is for post.
Penny is a happy pony at Peacock Place in the Shetland Islands. While Penny posed, a queen in a palace in a park in a city in England called London called her prime minister. Today is the American president's birthday, Prime Minister, the Queen said in her most regal voice. Please discuss a presidential present with the Privy Council and make a proposal. The Prime Minister and the Privy Council proposed a presidential present of a pony that is only found in the United Kingdom, a Shetland pony. The happy Queen thereby proclaimed a presidential present of a Shetland pony is perfect. Put the plan in process, Prime Minister.
P is for present.
People passing the portal of the pasture where Penny posed put a mental picture of the pretty pony in their heads. People told the story at parties, at work, and at play. People praised the pony and called her the pretty pony of Peacock Place.
P is for praise.
So, when the Prime Minister told the Shetland Island governor about the presidential present, the governor proposed Penny as the pony to be presented. Penny, placed in a presidential plane, flew across the ocean to America and was suddenly a tiny pony among many tall horses in the presidential pasture.
P is for panic.
Penny began to pout. Pretty Penny Pony was unhappy in the presidential pasture. Penny would pose on a post in the pasture and pretend she was home at Peacock Place.
P is for pretend.
Hello, little horse. Don't you get tired of standing on your hind legs? Penny saw a little boy dressed in pink cowboy pants and a pastel pullover. My name is Pinky. My papa is the premier pony poser in the world. We work in the circus. Packers, pastel ponies, and puppies. That's Papa's act. He's visiting the president right now.
P is for president.
Oh, said Penny, please put me in your act. I could pose and prance and be a pretty part of Parker's pastel ponies. Oh, I'd love that, cried Pinky. We don't have any little horses like you. I'll ask my papa. And Pinky ran off toward the White Ranch house. Penny wandered to the fence just behind the White Ranch house. She thought about Pinky, his papa, and the pastel ponies. She put her foot on a post and posed in the penny pony position. There she is, Papa, Pinky cried. There she is. Isn't she pretty? My, that's a fine Shetland. I've never seen a better one, Papa Parker said. The tall, distinguished man with Papa Parker nodded and said, that pony is a present from the Queen of England. I can't let you take her. I'd insult a good friend.
P is for Papa.
Pinky grabbed his father's leg. Papa, Papa, tell the president how wonderful Penny will be with our ponies. Penny could be the Queen's presidential present pony. She could perform alone. All the people that see the circus would learn about the Queen being the president's friend. Penny would prove the president's point.
P is for prove.
The president looked at Pinky in wonder. How could such a little child be so smart? I believe your point is perfect, Pinky, the president said.
P is for perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, the circus ringmaster said, the Queen of England and the President of the United States present the Queen's presidential pony Penny performing poses and prances to please and amaze you. The band played. The children laughed. The parents clapped their hands. And Penny knew she would be happy forever, posing in Parker's pastel ponies and puppies for Papa and the president.
P is for pony.
And after P, you know, it's Q. And then comes the R, followed by S. Remember S? And after the S comes the T. Now, here's a terrific T-word story. T is for tinker. This tinker's name is Tim. A tinker travels from town to town, fixing pots, pans, tanks, and tubs with tin. Tim was taught the tinker trade by Tom.
T is for Tom.
Tom and Tim have traveled together since the day Tom found Tim in a tiny bathtub near the palace.
T is for tub.
A stupid servant had tossed out the baby with the bath water, tub and all. Tom saw the tiny boy crying in the bathtub, wrapped him in his coat, and took him on his travels. When the stupid servant discovered her error, she rushed outside, but the prince was gone.
T is for tossed.
Thieves! Thieves! The servant babbled to the king and queen of Tasmania. Thieves have taken the little prince.
T is for taken.
Tinker Tom traveled so far and so wide that he never heard the story of the missing prince. Tom called the tiny tot Tim and never knew Tim was really Prince Tyrone of Tasmania.
T is for tiny.
They drove through town after town, Tom teaching Tim to read, write, and fix pots, pans, tanks, and tubs. Time after time, Tom told Tim the story of the little baby in the bathtub. Tim loved Tinker Tom, but always thought about his real parents. Tim's only clue to his past was a golden earring in his ear.
T is for time.
10 years had passed when Tim and Tom's travels brought them to the town by the castle. That's where I found you, in a little tile bathtub, Tom pointed as he spoke. There wasn't a soul around, and you looked very cold, so I bundled you up and took you along. Now you're a young man and a fine tinker.
T is for Tim.
This earring in my ear is the only clue to my past, said Tim. Oh, look, he cried. There's the castle. I bet they have a ton of tinker work there. You set up the tent. I'll see what I can sell. A tiny lady opened the thick door. The crown she wore twinkled in the sunlight.
T is for tent.
Why are you troubling us, boy? You know this castle is closed, the queen snapped. Oh, we're tinkers, ma'am. We fix pots and pans or anything that's twisted, turned, or tarnished. Go away. We have no pots and pans here. This is a sad castle since Prince Tyrone was taken.
T is for turn.
Tinker, Tim, turned to go. Stop, boy. What's that in your ear? Where did you get that earring? The queen's crown tumbled to the ground as she tripped through the door. This is the only clue to my past, since Tom found me freezing in a tub 10 years time ago.
T is for that.
Tyrone! Tyrone, the queen cried. Mother? Tim stuttered. Tim was truly Prince Tyrone. The king and queen welcomed him home with open arms. They made Tom the royal tinker and gave him a shop in the castle. And Prince Tyrone made Tom his honorary big brother. And happiness once more filled the castle in Tasmania.
T is for tinker.
So T is done. And here's the U. That's a U. And after U is V. Remember V? W comes next. And then the X. And after X is Y. Let's all shout the last letter. The last letter is Z. Yes. And of course, that's a Z. And once more, we've done our ABCs. Let's sing the song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Take it from your friend, Professor Owl. Play me again, and the alphabet will be in your head for 100 years. See you in my lab later. My love to all.
Look for these other Look and Learn video visits. Bear Dreams, Hello Numbers, It's a Plus, Alphabet Soup, and Bear Friends.